जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरांजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरांजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरांजना। यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी विष्णुपादपरमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्याश्रोतरस्तशिष्यमतिर्वाङ्गे सभयचरणारविन्द भक्तिविदान् स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपादपरमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्याश्रोतरस्तशिष्यमतिर्वाङ्गे भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्ण। Right this side. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudiraye. Hare Krishna. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto. 9th canto, 10th chapter. Chapter entitled The Pastimes of Supreme Lord Ramachandra. Text number 8. Please repeat. Ya satyapasa parivita pitur nidesha strainasya chapi sirasa jagrihe sabharyaha Rajyam Sriyam Pranayina Suhrudo Nivasa Tyoktaya Yopanamaso Mivamukta Sangha Ya satyapasa parivita pitu nidesha Strainasya chapi sirasa jagrihe sabharya Rajyam Sriyam Pranayina Suhruda Nivasham Tyoktaya Yovanamaso Mivamukta Sangaha Ya satyapasa parivita pitu nidesha strainasya chapi sirasa jagrihe sabharyam Rajyam Shriyam Pranayina Surudo Nivasa Yoktaya Yovanamaso Mivamukta Sangaha सत्यपास परिवेत पितो निदेशा त्रैणस्य चापि शिरसा जगृहे सभार्यः राज्यं श्रियं प्रणयिना सुहृदो निवासा त्यक्ताय यौवनमसुमिव मुक्तसङ्गः सत्यपास परिवेत पितो निदेशा स्थैर्यं तथापि शिरसा जगृहे सभार्या राज्यं श्रियं प्रणयिना सुहृदो निवासः त्यक्त्याय यौवनमसुमिव मुक्तसङ्गः सत्यपास परिवेत पितो निदेशा राज्यं श्रियं प्रणयिना सुहृदो निवासा त्यक्त्याय यौवनमसुमिव सुप्तसङ्गः वैष्णवी सत्यपास परिवेत पितो निदेशा स्थैणस्य चापि शिरसा जगृहे सभार्या राज्यं श्रियं प्रणयिना सुहृदो निवासा त्यक्त्याय यौवनमसुमिव सुप्तसङ्गः. Word-to-word translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yaha Lord Ramachandra who Satyapasa Parivita Pitu of his father who was bound by the promise to his wife Nidesham, the order, Strainasya, of the father who was very much attached to his wife, Cha, also, Api, indeed, Sirasa, on his head, Jagrihe, accepted, Sahabharyaha, with his wife, Rajyam, the kingdom, Shriyam, opulence, Pranayinaha, relatives, Suhruda, friends, Nivasam, residence, Tyokta, giving up, Yayo, went, Banam, to the forest, Asum, life, Iva, like, Mukta Sangaha, a liberated soul. Translation. Carrying out the order of his father, who was bound by a promise to his wife, Lord Ramachandra left behind his kingdom, opulence, friends, well-wishers, residence, and everything else. Just as a liberated soul gives up his life and went to the forest with Sita. Purport. Maharaj Dasarath had 3 wives. One of them, Kaikeyi, served him very pleasingly, and he therefore wanted to give her a benediction. Kaikeyi, however, said that she would ask for the benediction when it was necessary. At the time of the coronation of Prince Ramachandra, Kaikeyi requested her husband to enthrone her son Bharata and send Ramachandra to the forest. Maharaj Dasarath, being bound by his promise, ordered Ramachandra to go to the forest according to the dictation of his beloved. And the Lord, as an obedient son, accepted the order immediately. He left everything without hesitation, just as a liberated soul or great yogi gives up his life without material attraction. Thus ends the purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Padantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurati Se Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Taru Vyashya Kripa Sindhu Vya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langhayate girim Yat kripa tamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for today's morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we were discussing this topic when Lord Ramachandra, it was decided that he would leave Ayodhya for 14 years of exile into the forest. The night before the day when he was supposed to leave, early in the morning, Sumantra had arranged the entire chariot and everything. And the chariot was standing in front of the palace. The entire city of Ayodhya, no one slept the entire night. Everyone was awake and constantly gazing at the chariot. All the citizens were repeatedly cursing the entire night Kaikeyi. Which evil spirit overpowered Kaikeyi that she did like this? No problem. If Kaikeyi wants to rule the kingdom, tomorrow when Lord Ram goes to the forest, we will all go along with him. And as Lord Ram goes, and we all go behind him to the forest, the entire forest animals will be so tormented because we all go to the forest that all of them will come back. All the best, the lions, the tigers, they will all come to Ayodhya because we will take their place and let Kaikeyi and his evil son Bharat rule Ayodhya over the tigers and lions in the forest. And they would be cursing and caging constantly because they were so afraid that it may so happen that Lord Ram, in between the night, may leave suddenly without informing anyone. So early in the morning, when Lord Ram first appeared in ascetic cloths, in saffron-clad robes, in dress, just by seeing Lord Ram in those cloths, just by seeing Mother Sita in those cloths, half of the citizens, they fell flat. The ladies were wailing and crying as if their husband has died. And Dasrath Maharaj, Kaushalya, and all other queens, they could not tolerate seeing Lord Ram in that dress. And Lord Ram, he alighted the chariot. And Dasrath Maharaj was running behind Lord Ram. And Valmiki Muni says that Lord Ram didn't even look back to Dasrath Maharaj, fearing that he may not be able to go to the forest if he sees the face filled with anguish of Dasrath Maharaj. Dasrath Maharaj was calling Ram, Ram, and he fell down. And there was such a big sound when he fell down. Lord Ram, as it is mentioned in this verse, Mukta Sangaha, without even looking back to Dasarath, he just climbed down to the chariot and ordered Sumantra, move on. And as the citizens, they started flocking around the chariot, and the chariot was not moving at all. And Lord Ram was not even looking at any of the faces of the citizens, because he was so fearful that if I look at any one of the face of any one of the citizens of Ayodhya, I don't think I'll be able to enter forest. And he was constantly ordering Sumantra, go fast, go fast. And the citizens were so much thronging around the chariot that the horses were not able to move. The citizens were wailing and crying, oh Raghunath, don't leave us. Oh Raghunath, don't leave us. And as they were crying, some citizens were praying that let this chariot move so slowly that the entire 14 years get past when Lord Ram visits from the palace to the end of the city. And some of the ladies are wailing and crying, seeing Mother Sita's condition. And Lord Ram was constantly ordering, Sumantra, go fast. And Sumantra started, going fast. And as Lord Ram's chariot started moving fast, all the citizens who were following Lord Ram, thronging behind Lord Ram, they could not actually follow. And especially the ladies and the children, they started falling one by one on the road with their hands like this and crying and wailing, "Oh Lord Ram, oh Raghunath, oh Raghunath, don't leave us, don't leave us." While the Brahmanas and the men, because they were stronger, they started running behind the chariot, crying tears and tears and tears. And Valmiki Muni says the roads were filled with tears. And the men were running, the Brahmanas were running behind Lord Ramchandra. After they went out of the city's boundaries, Lord Ramchandra realized that the Brahmanas are following him and running behind him, and he as a king, how he can go in the chariot. So he gets down, and without looking at the face of the Brahmanas, Valmiki Muni again and again he says that Lord Ram never looked at any one of the face, because he thought that he will become weak to follow the order of his father if he looks at any of the emotionally filled face of any of the Ayodhya Vasis. So Lord Ram started walking and walking and walking. The entire day, Lord Ram was simply walking. And the men and the Brahmanas were simply crying behind Lord Ram, "Oh Raghunath, oh Raghunath, please, please change your mind. Please come back. Please don't leave us." That was the entire day. By end of the day, Lord Ramachandra, along with these men of the Ayodhya, the Brahmanas, a very big number, they reached the bank of Tamasa river. As they reached the bank of Tamasa river and it was getting dark, Lord Ram said to Sumantra, "We will stay here on this place in the night, and tomorrow morning we will go." So immediately Sumantra, he started arranging Lakshman. He started arranging a nice bed for Lord Ram. And Lord Ram said, "I want to take rest early, and we will all take rest early, and tomorrow morning we will leave." As Lord Ram was sitting on the bed made with leaves and flowers, Lord Ram saw how the citizens made small groups, and they were lighting fire in the night to keep themselves warm, and they were simply crying, "Oh Raghunath, please don't leave us. Oh Raghunath, please don't leave us." And Lord Ramachandra was sitting and meditating, how will I leave them? If they go with me to the forest, they will all inevitably die. And like this, meditating on the condition of the citizens of Ayodhya, Lord Ram slept off. Late in the night, in between, Lord Ram got up and woke up Lakshman and said, "Lakshman, we will never be able to go if we wait for the morning to come. These citizens will never allow us to go. And if they go with us, they will inevitably die in the forest. And that is how we should leave right now. Wake up, Sumantra." And Lord Ram says, and Lakshman wakes up Sumantra, Lord Ram wakes up Mother Sita, and all of them, they secretly, they take the chariot, and Sumantra takes secret paths so that the citizens cannot find out the trails of the chariot, and they cross the river through the chariot through a shallow path, and they leave. And when early in the morning the birds start chirping and making sounds, the Ayodhya Vasis got up and they saw there is no chariot, there is no Lord Ram. They went to the bed where Lord Ram and Mother Sita were sleeping, and they were beating their heads on that bed and throwing away all the flowers. Oh, what mistake did we do? They started condemning their sleep. We have slept so much and so much and so much. Why did we sleep today night? And they were praying and crying, and some were thinking that let us commit suicide, and some were thinking that if we commit suicide, and Lord Ram realizes after 14 years that we all died here, how much pain it will give to Lord Ram. So that's how we should go back now to the city of Ayodhya. And all the citizens, the Brahmanas, they started going back to the city of Ayodhya. They were so much in anguish, there's so much of unhappiness and so much of misery that they could not identify their own houses in Ayodhya. They were entering other houses and they were finding some ladies crying and wailing, and they were thinking, oh, came to some other house. They were trying to search out their own house. And when they reached their own house, their wives were shouting at them, what an important husband you are, that you left Lord Ram and came just being attached to this useless body of mine. Like this, the ladies of Ayodhya started reproaching and started chastising their husbands. And for the entire 14 years, the ladies didn't decorate themselves. No one did any celebration in Ayodhya. Even those pregnant ladies who were pregnant when Lord Ram left, when their babies were born, there was no celebration. There was no oblations given to the forefathers. The family deities of all the residents of Ayodhya were not at all given any bhoga or prasadam. There was pin drop silence in Ayodhya for all these 14 years. And tomorrow, that is Diwali, for all these 14 years, the residents of Ayodhya were waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting in pain and anguish. Tomorrow, on the day of Diwali, Lord Ram returns back. And for the first time, the residents of Ayodhya were so much in pain that they would not even light a single diya throughout the night, throughout the 14 years, just so that they can tolerate the pain. Because they thought that if we light a diya, we will see each other's face, we will see the surroundings and find that Lord Ram is not there. Better be in darkness so that we can tolerate the pain of separation of Lord Ram. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki. The men didn't save up. There was so big jata on their heads. You know what is called jata? Something which your hairs get entangled. So on this day of Diwali, for the first time, the men started saving up. The ladies started decorating and wearing all the ornaments. They started putting diyas and started again offering bhoga to their deities. So, until unless we understand the pain of the feeling of separation that the citizens of Ayodhya felt in absence of Lord Ram, we cannot truly understand the happiness of Diwali. It's a custom and tradition to celebrate Diwali, celebrate the happiness of Diwali. But so long we do not actually resonate, our heart doesn't resonate with the pain of absence of Lord, the happiness is simply a sense gratification. Happy, oh, Diwali is there. Let me wear so much nice, wonderful clothes. Let me clean the houses. But we forget the true spirit of Diwali because we do not feel the pain of the absence of the Lord. The Ayodhya Vasis celebrated Diwali because Lord Ram was coming. For the entire 14 years, the residents of Ayodhya felt that it is Amavasya. And on the day when Lord Ram returned back, they felt that this is Diwali. So we must understand that so long we do not feel the pain of the absence of Lord in our lives, we cannot really get rid of the happiness of sense gratification of this world. All our happiness and pursuits of happiness, whatever we are seeing in this world, will remain very shallow and so much finding for our own pleasure of senses if we are not really feeling the pain of the absence of the Lord. And this is exactly what Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to show us the love of separation, the love of viraha, feeling the pain of Lord's absence in our lives. And we see how in our practices of Krishna consciousness, we have so much invested feelings in this world, but we have no feelings for the Lord. We have so much, like some people come and tell me, Prabhuji, please pray because my mother is sick. Prabhuji, please pray, my father is sick. Prabhuji, please pray, my wife is pregnant, he is delivering a child. Prabhuji, please pray, this is the emergency situation in our life. But we don't understand that the real emergency in our life is actually that we are not feeling the pain that Krishna is not with us. We are so much investing feelings to this world, to people connected with our body, to people connected in this world, and we have no feeling for the Lord. We have no feeling whether I am sleeping in chanting, whether I am sleeping in the Bhagavatam class. And we have invested so much feelings for the body. We really do not feel for our Krishna consciousness the way we feel for our material bodies. Yes? We really don't feel it as an emergency that if I didn't chant my rounds today well. We don't feel it as an emergency. But if some bodily problem happens, if some mental problem happens, oh, what is an emergency now? Where are the Vaishnavas? Let me pray. Let me put messages. Let me send WhatsApps. Please pray, Prabhu. This has happened to my body, my father's body, my this body and that body. But if we really do not chant that today nicely, tomorrow will come. Day after tomorrow will come. Someday I will chant. Because we are convinced of a simple fact that the calendar of the events of Vaishnava festivals will automatically bring Krishna Prem in my life. So this is a mistake that we do in our lives, that we think that love for Krishna, the feelings for Krishna will come automatically. I'll be just sitting and waiting and living, and one day, the fine day will come. I'll have a halo behind my head and I am a pure devotee. Automatically. And I am having feelings for Krishna, and I am jumping and dancing, and I am crying tears, like the Ayodhyavasis, like the Brajavasis, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is not going to happen. This can happen in Alice in Dreamland, but it will not happen in our life so long we start feeling for our spiritual life. So long we do not really invest our emotions that why I am not practicing nicely. So long we really not involve our heart in the practices of spirituality, we will not be able to experience the pain of the absence of the Lord. In the Damodara Ashtakam, which we are singing every day for last so many days in the month of Kartik, Satyavrat Muni explains in the first 3 to 5 verses about the wonderful sweetness of the spiritual world, where Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he is getting binded by Mother Yasoda. So sweet to hear. Mother Yashoda is binding and Krishna is telling Maya, main nahi makhan khayo. And when we hear these pastimes, oh nice, nice, Krishna is so nice and so nice, oh like so, the pastimes of Vrindavan so nice. We are so happy to hear the pastimes of Vrindavan. And Satyavrat Muni is, in the 4th and 5th verse, is aspiring that, oh Lord Damodar, I do not want liberation. I do not want anything of this world. I do not want any benedictions. I just want these pastimes of the spiritual world are constantly manifesting in my heart. Constantly manifesting in my heart. But there is an aspiration in our life and there is a realization. And Satyavrat Muni in this famous verse, which we should actually meditate throughout this Kartik, is this verse which we will sing. Namo Devatamota Ananta Vishnu. Everyone. Namo Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabhimagnam. Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabhimagnam. Kripa Drishti Brishyati Dinam Vatano. Kripa Drishti Brishyati Dinam Vatano. Shamamakhya me takshitrashya. So Satyavrat Muni is praying, O Lord Damodar, though I am able to see your wonderful pastimes, read about them, but I accept that I do not have love for you. And that is how I am so miserable. My life is filled with so much of pain because I do not have any feelings for you. I do not have any love for you. Please show your mercy, and by your mercy, please give some drop of your mercy so that you are visible to my eyes. So Satyavrat Muni is praying and exemplifying that how we should pray to Lord Damodar every day in the month of Kartik. Praying that though I am practicing for so many years, but my heart has become so callous to the practices of devotional service. I have become so callous to the chanting of the holy names. Whether I chant attentively, whether I not chant attentively, I really don't bother because I am so concerned that my rounds today are over completed. So we can pray just like Satyavrat Muni is praying that, oh Lord, when will the feelings of separation come in my heart? When will I chant your holy names with feelings? When will I practice Krishna consciousness with feelings? I have been reading again and again, and years and years and years have passed. Every year in Kartik I will hear about Damodar Leela. Every year in Diwali I will hear about Ayodhya Vasis feeling happy because Lord Ram is coming. But my heart is still remaining steel framed. No feelings for you. My mind is not getting attached to you. My mind is simply running after sense gratification. I am not finding any pleasure in chanting your names. I am not investing and involving any my feelings in chanting your names, in reading your pastimes. Only when we pray with this creed will we be awarded the feelings for the Lord. Our acharyas give an example of distributions of sweets. Our acharyas say that when there is a distribution of sweet and there is a rule, just like in ISKCON we have one gulab jamun, like all in yatra, all of you are going, one kala jamun, everyone. So there is a rule that everyone has to receive one kala jamun. But then there is a greedy person who needs more kala jamun. And he knows it's the yatra rule. One kala jamun. But he really wants more kala jamun. Now, the person who is satisfied with one kala jamun, he has no chance of getting more kala jamun. But the person who is really greedy, he knows the rules. He knows the rule maker. He knows the kitchen in charge. And he knows the serving in charge also. No one can be bribed. It's rule. One kala jamun. But the person who is greedy, he's still thinking, no, I need more kala jamuns. I'm not, I don't want to take the rice. I don't want to take the chapatis. I want the kala jamun. Then he goes behind the serving team, catches someone, one more kala jamun. Finds out someone who doesn't need kala jamun because his throat is bad. Does some service so that Gauranga Prabhu is pleased and he's happy that one more kala jamun. So one who is greedy, he would really somehow or other find out means and beg and really cry to get the other kala jamun. But if one is not greedy for the other kala jamun, he will just be happy, oh, I have got a kala jamun. So exactly in the same way our acharyas explain that the spiritual master offers the methods to practice devotional service, which are the rules and regulations, which are the Vaidhi Bhakti for everyone. The spiritual master gives initiation, gives siksha to everyone, how to chant the holy names of the Lord, and it is like everyone who comes will get one kala jamun. But one who is really greedy, really greedy, really feeling, no, I'm not happy with this one kala jamun just chanting. I want to experience the happiness of more kala jamun. He will go and beg to Srila Prabhupada. He will go and beg to acharyas. Give me feelings for Krishna. I have got the holy name, but I have not got the taste for the holy name. And it is only you who can give me the taste for the holy name. So in this way, many in this, we have to understand that until unless we invest and involve our heart and really beg to our acharyas, really beg to Guru Parampara, really find out means how I'm going to get the feelings for Krishna, how I'm going to feel the emotions that the Brajavasis, the Ayodhya-vasis are feeling. Otherwise, our happiness, that whatever we are experiencing, is simply an eyewitness. We will experience the happiness of Kirtan. We will also experience the happiness of Maya Devi. But if we feel the absence of Krishna in our life, by begging to the Acharyas, by begging to Srila Prabhupada, and this is not going to come automatically. The calendar of events of Vaishnava festivals, no matter how many Kartiks will come and Kartiks will go, we will never experience this feeling until unless we seriously pray to our acharyas, we seriously endeavor for it, we seriously cry for it, we seriously beg for it. It is not going to come. We will continue to remain careless in our chanting. So we need to understand that this thoughtless endeavor to practice Krishna consciousness, this mindless endeavor to chant the holy names, and this heartless endeavor to serve Krishna is not going to make me land anywhere in Krishna Bhakti. I am simply cheating myself. I'm not cheating Srila Prabhupada. He's ready to give more gulab jamuns. I'm not cheating the Guru Parampara. He's ready to give, they're ready to give more gulab jamuns. But if I am just satisfied, I got the holy name, then you will remain satisfied, but you will not get how to chant the holy name with fervent devotion. And thinking like that, this time when I had gone Vrindavan, I saw so many ISKCON devotees in the want of that taste for holy name, that taste for something called Raganuga Bhakti. They are in some other organizations in Vrindavan. And I don't think they'll get, even if the organization is right. So the feelings for Krishna, so long we think, just like when I was to teach mathematics, people leave the coaching institute and think that joining another coaching institute will get them IIT. Is it possible? So long the student really not thinks that I need to chant the holy name nicely, I need to read Srimad Bhagavatam nicely, I need to really beg and pray. No matter how much of our organizations you change, how much of our gurus you change, how much of our association of devotees you change and temples you change, you are going to remain as it is. Because we are not understanding that the problem is lying within. We have become callous to Krishna. We are doing everything, completing our 16 rounds, following the 4 regulative principle, heartlessly, without investing any emotions. Just so that we have some prestige in this spiritual organization. I am a devotee now. Initiated. Double initiated. Giving Bhagavatam class. But we really don't have any emotions for Krishna. We are simply cheating ourselves. So on this Diwali, everyone actually in Diwali all over India, they close their old khata book, business books, and open new books. So let us contemplate, let us introspect that whether I am chanting nicely. Only you know how you are chanting, and the Paramatma knows, obviously. Only we know how we are practicing bhakti. Only we know how we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and only we know what love we are having for Krishna. So bhakti, as we go ahead, becomes a very, very, very personal process. It becomes very, very personalized, and becomes completely dependent on how much personal endeavors we are putting to enhance the quality of our spiritual life. We can just skip, we can just read and understand, oh, how the Brajavasis are feeling, how the Ayodhyavasis are feeling. Oh, so nice, so nice. But we will never be able to experience what we are reading. And if we are not experiencing what we are reading, we will never be able to continue it reading. We can only continue what we are doing only when we start experiencing Krishna in our life. So this mindless chanting, the thoughtless reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, and this heartless serving in the mission of Srila Prabhupada is not going to land us anywhere. This Diwali, let us really, really think how I can make my chanting mindful, how I can give exclusive time to Krishna, how will I keep my smartphone away during chanting, how will I keep all my engagements away and let me exclusively focus to chant. When I will pray to Krishna, oh Krishna, when you will speak to me, when I will come to know what you want from me, and then I will start serving. So when we actually really endeavor without thinking that, oh, these things will come automatically, and really pray and beg and really sit down and write down how my spiritual life is going, how it went last 1 year, and how I am going to take some commitments this Kartik about how it is going to go next year. Then there is some hope. Just like Satyabrat Muni is praying, oh Lord, Jalabhimagnam, I have been engrossed in this pain because I have forgotten you. So please, let's make an attempt to not become callous for our spiritual life, to really become mindful for chanting. Krishna is the only person who is our friend. And forgetting him, we are simply looking for happiness everywhere else. So let us learn from this Ayodhya Vasis. Let's not be so busy in lighting the diyas and bursting the crackers in Diwali that we forget the true spirit of Diwali. That Diwali, the happiness of Diwali can be truly experienced when you really feel the pain of absence of Krishna in life. If you really do not feel the pain of Krishna, pain of absence of Krishna, absence of Lord Ram, your celebration of Diwali is for your pleasure only, for your sense gratification. But if we really become careful, really become thoughtful, and take measures, introspect, and pray to Krishna, oh Krishna, oh Lord Ram, you came back, when you will come back to my heart? The Ayodhya of my heart is vacant. You are there as Paramatma, but I don't realize it. And that's how, when we light a diya on this Diwali, we should beg to Krishna that, oh Krishna, show me, Akshidrishya, show me yourself in my heart. Krishna is there in our heart, but we have no feelings for him because we are busy in the world. So let's really, really become busy with Krishna, at least for the 2 hours we have designated for being with Krishna. At least let's start giving exclusive time to Krishna for chanting his holy names. Without Suddha Naam, without chanting the holy names nicely, there is no question of experiencing the emotions of love for Krishna. Golaker Prem Dhan, Harinam Sankirtan. Only when one is having wealth, he is called wealthy. If Sri Nitai Das doesn't have wealth, can you tell Sri Nitai Das wealthy? If I do not have wealth, I am not wealthy. Whether I am in India or whether I go to America. Imagine Sri Nitai Das doesn't have wealth, and in India everyone is considering him poor fellow. And he goes to America. Will he be considered wealthy? He will be poor. He goes to Canada. Poor. So no matter wherever we go, whatever we do, we need to understand that if we want to be declared as wealthy or we want to experience the wealth of Vrindavan, we need to get the wealth of Vrindavan. Without chanting the holy names of the Lord, there is no question of experiencing Vrindavan in our life. All our hopes will turn into horror if we really do not chant the holy names attentively. So let us take this pledge on this Diwali to invite Lord Ram, Lord Krishna into our hearts and make a true celebration. Not with the crackers, but with actually chanting the holy names nicely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.